Oh my God. Hello, hello. Good morning. 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 Did you guys do that in your sixth forms and secondary schools? Good morning, Mr. No? I know it's done. That's right. Welcome to University of Bradford, first of all, welcome to University of Bradford Students' Union. I'm sure you guys have all settled in. Are you guys, most of you staying on campus or in the green? Yeah? Wave hands, who's in the green? Have you settled in well?
Yeah.
How many of you are travelling in as well, commuting? That's cool. It's great. Yeah, commuting as well. How many of you are living somewhere I haven't mentioned? Where's that? Where you living? Actually, I don't know where you live, actually. It's a bit weird asking that. Anyway, so we're University of Bradford Students' Union, and what we are is primarily here for you guys as students. We campaign and lobby the university on issues which affect you, and we actually work in partnership with the university trying to ensure that you guys have the maximum experience while you study in Bradford University. You are the first session, and congratulations to many of you guys for making it out in time for 9 o'clock. Even I nearly made it late as well, so well done. You probably will get 9 AM lectures, so I do hope that you guys probably still make it. He's got his shock face as well, like 9 AM lectures. So what we're here to do is primarily just work at university to ensure that you guys have the best student experience. And what we have here is the sabbatical team, so student leadership team, which we are elected by students to actually represent you and actually lobby the university and actually work with them on your behalf each year. And that happens in elections we started last year, and we've actually started a term from July onwards. Next. So, I'm sure will help me out with this. So yeah, welcome to university. Have many of you guys been around the campus yet? How do you think so far? Good? This guy's just like, yeah. He's been like my only person I talk to. How is it?
Quite good.
Quite good.
Especially the green in the orchard.
The green in the orchard.
The only thing is that I know that during the summer, the orchard is going to be the worst place to be because it's kind of like a very green area. So it's just like, you get flies everywhere.
Yeah, true.
But I live in Branger block, so.
That's alright. So yeah, well, it's a welcome from us anyway, so I'll continue. What we also have, we have a member of the university, Senior Management Professor Shirley Congdon, who's a Pro-Vice Chancellor for Learning and Teaching.
I'd just like to welcome
on behalf of Vice Chancellor Professor Brian Cantor and the Senior Management team. We will be giving more introductions next week. But really just to say that we work very closely with the team here with UBU, and our main mission in our partnership working is to enhance the student experience, constantly enhance the student experience. We can't make the student experience better at Bradford without working with students, and it's really important that you understand from the very first time you come to Bradford, we want to listen to what you've got to say about your time at Bradford. We're very passionate about partnership working and we want to make it more effective. And we know that people come from many, many different places. So some people will be coming, I know, from NFE background, they might be coming from employment, they might be coming from an international college, from a local college. And it's really important that we recognise that. Have we got any part-time students in the room today? No? No? Anybody who's not been studying for quite a while? Yeah? A few people. So we know that, and somebody up there as well, that it can be very difficult to get back into study if you've been away for a while. So we want to make sure that everybody, wherever you've come from, has a great time and has a good induction. You'll keep me right. This is my partner in crime, Bushra, and she's the academic sabbatical officer. You're going to say a little bit about that later, I imagine. And Bushra works very closely with me to make sure that all the feedback you have on your programmes and your courses are fed back quickly and effectively. And if you've got any issues, she'll let me know.
Brilliant, thank you. That's good. Okay, so I'm going to introduce the team myself.
I'm going to stand here so you can see me because I'm really short.
Yeah, so my name is Jimmy Oke, I'm the Democracy and Development Officer. And I'll just go from top to right. We've got Bushra Almari over here, who's the Academic Affairs Officer. We have Felix J. Prince Kankamba, who's the Media and Eds Officer. We have Zach, who's our Environment and Welfare Officer. And we also have Smile, who's our Women's Officer. And Sam Butterworth, who is our Sports and Societies Officer. All of them will introduce themselves properly to you, and they'll probably let you know a lot more about their remits as we go into this presentation. We also have quite a few part-time officers, and they work in conjunction with us as a staff team, and we support them to try and get the things they want to get done as well. We have a BME officer, an LGBT officer, a school management officer for those of our students who actually are on the different campus, on the school management campus. We have an international students officer who deals with students who are actually from international backgrounds. Like Bradford, we get quite a few students who do come from abroad, so that's the person who is your main contact in the union. We have a community engagement officer who works with the union and the community, pretty self-explanatory as well, isn't it? Mature students officer for those who come to university above the ages of 21. So those people who come to university who are older than 21, there's an officer who works with you to make sure that we actually integrate you into this kind of system where it's kind of like full of young people just making noise in lectures and stuff, and also with technology as well. So they work with you and they actually lobby university and making sure that for mature students they actually have adequate access to technology and learning how to use equipment as well. We have a disabled students officer who actually works with disabled students for those who actually have issues on campus with accessibility and whatnot, and a student dependence officer who's there for students who actually have kids or dependents and other people that they care for to make sure that they have a quite easier student life. And last but not least, our postgraduate students officer who works with us at university for those who actually are on their postgrad, so masters and PhD students. That's the person who works closely with you guys. Let's go on. So we have different areas of the union, which all our different sabbatical officers will let you know more about. And we'll start with sports. Yeah.
Hi guys, hi, my name's Sam. As Jimmy said, I'm the Sports Society's sabbatical officer, so I'm the fun guy, I've got all the fun jobs. So I'm just going to touch on sports. Now, I'm going to say something that might be a bit controversial, but you're not actually here just to get a degree. You're actually here to get the full, worthwhile student experience. There's no better way than being part of our 3,000 sporting community on campus. Can you put your hand up if you play sport? Can I just ask a few people what sports you play? Football, men's football, four teams, one of our biggest teams, you right? Water polo, yeah, the Bradford Barracudas, I think you can see them. You can't, but they're on there. Anyone else? Yeah?
Kiteboarding.
Kiteboarding. Okay, you caught me out there, we don't do kiteboarding, but we can provide. Anybody else? Yeah? Taekwondo, we have a mixed martial arts. We have Taekwondo, Judo, Muay Thai boxing, so the whole range. Anyone else? Yeah? Gymnastics, here we have the cheerleaders as well, who do a gymnastics session and an athletics club. Anybody else I haven't mentioned? Yeah?
Rowing.
Rowing, yeah. Even though we are painfully landlocked, we do have a rowing club at Bradford, over in Saltaire. Anybody else I haven't mentioned? Yeah?
Tennis.
Tennis, yeah, we have a whole range of racket sports, tennis, squash, badminton, and table tennis. Anybody else? Yeah?
Climbing.
Climbing, as you can see, we have... They're not on there, we have pictures, but we do have... He's there, he is there. We do have a climbing wall in our unique fitness and lifestyle sporting centre. So we have a vast range of different sports clubs, 36 in total, all of which are student-led. We have your standard kind of pitch-based ones, your footballs, your rugbies, both codes, both men and female, to your more niche ones, American football for the Bears, water polo, the Barracudas, and a whole array of different other ones, netball, basketball, both men and women's, rowing, equestrian clubs. We have a whole range, and I must say it's one of the biggest sporting communities on campus. It's a formidable force, and you really do get encapsulated in a fantastic kind of identity when you come on campus. But what I will say is that in most other, just to touch on sport quickly, most of the universities, you pay per sports club you join, and then you buy a gym membership on top of that. Bradford's different. We have one offer, and it's at £90 if you go for off-peak, or £140 for peak at the gym, and that gets you obviously a gym membership, but also automatic membership to every single sports club we have with no hidden costs. So you go to Unique, our gym, you ask for a sports membership, one-off payment for the whole year at no hidden costs, pays for your transport, pays for your kit, pays for your training sessions and your coaching. All of our clubs have coaches, professional employed coaches that actually coach our teams throughout the whole year, and most of our clubs compete every single Wednesday in competitive leagues across the region and nationally as well. So that's sports. Next up, but if not into being health, we have over nearly 90 different societies, student-led societies on campus. So, for instance, we have campaigning-related societies such as Amnesty International, and Bradford is notorious for our activism, our political activism. If we're not down in Bradford City Centre marching, then we're down at Whitehall. Next up, we have departmental societies. Anyone doing pharmacy here? Yeah, the Pharmacy Society, Clinical Sciences, Peace. What else have we got? Optometry. Yeah, so nearly all our departments have a society based at that department. And they do socials together outside the lecture theatre, but actually also host events and bring speakers from across the country on a variety of different topics to campus. We've got international societies, so if you come, Bradford's a fantastic concoction of different heritages, cultures, nationalities, languages, and campus is no different. So if you have a nationality where you want to express your culture and your heritage, we really encourage that. We have a thing called One World Week, where all our nationalities come together, dress in their national dress, cook the national cuisine, and we celebrate diversity. We also have activity-based societies, so if you like to, as you can say, we have historical reenactment society, first aid, salsa, a whole range of different activity-based societies. And of course we also have religious-based societies. So if you're someone of worship, we do have each denomination, majority represents on campus with a student-led society, where again they worship together but also collaborate together to celebrate faith on campus. I think that's all the societies I've covered. So alongside our sports societies, they're all student-led, they all have their own student executive. So the students run sports societies. I work for the students, I'm elected by them, so my role is to represent them to senior management at the university to make sure that what they want is seen to fruition. But we also have volunteering. So down in the UBU we have a volunteering centre where you can help out the community or internally to help boost your CV with some volunteering experience. We have vast amount of opportunities across the region rather than just the city to help volunteer in the district and in the region. As you can see, we have Zach will touch on Raise and Give later, but that's a fantastic opportunity to volunteer. But any questions on sports or societies? Cool, brilliant, thank you. Oh, there was a question. What was it?
It's about the volunteering.
Yeah.
What that entailed is mainly going out with
No, it's a broad spectrum of opportunities. You can go from collecting tins, but actually to help gardening on an allotment, to help sustainability, to actually helping disabled people in sport. So it really is a vast spectrum. There's no opportunity too small for you to get involved with. Any other sports I didn't mention that some of you play?
I do swim a bit actually. So does the £90 include?
Includes swimming, yes. It includes the whole gym membership. So that includes the suite, the actual workout suite, but also the classes and the swimming pool itself. So the whole works.
Not very competitive because I'm over 50.
Yeah, no, but we have swimming classes as well. And if you want to join the club, then they do casual sessions rather than just competitive. So yeah, just to mention, guys, each club will have a social side to it as well. So it's not just all competitive. There is actually a social side as well where we can join. Any other questions? Cool.
What's up, people? Now, my name is Zacharias, as I was introduced before, and I'm the Environment and Welfare Officer at the University of Bradford Students' Union. Now, I know on the screen it says welfare, it looks specifically at welfare, but I want to touch on specifically what my role entails. Now, my role is very broad. It has a broad spectrum. The description itself covers a wide, broad range of different activities that I can get involved in, as well as with students like yourselves. In terms of, number one, getting involved in activities to promote and also raise awareness about sustainability, about the environment, environmental issues, to raise awareness about climate change and other things. The other aspect, of course, is issues of ethics, fair trade, companies, and making sure that we do business with certain products or certain companies that develop products which are at least ethically sound. And at the same time, there's welfare. Welfare itself is very broad in the sense of what it actually means in its definition. Welfare can cover many different issues. For example, it could cover things like your own personal issues that you come across as students in your own courses. If you come across certain problems where you can't given assignments, and trust me, I mean, I'm assuming all of you are freshers here, right? All right? So you guys would not see this now, but later on during the year, at least in the next coming years, you'd certainly see it. You'll see, you know, issues arising at home, or issues arising in your own personal lives, which would affect your academic performance. And in so doing, you would, you know, there are areas in the Students' Union that you can actually come and, you know, where we can actually offer you advice and offer you help with your courses. And I would urge you all to do it before it's too late. That's the one thing that I would always say, and the one advice I will always give. Now, there's another form of welfare, which is something which I would obviously take more priority on this year, and that is to deal with issues directly affecting, at least looking at the core issues and the root causes of the problems that students face. And number one, and the main one that many of the students will face, and I faced many, many times, is the issue of housing. Housing, adequate housing, making sure that housing is fit to live in for students, not rat infested, to make sure that students like yourselves do not fall prey to predatory landlords who keep deposits or, you know, charge exploitative rates, rents, for housing that has inadequate infrastructure. Certain areas of housing collapses, or, you know, rodent-infested accommodation. And this is something which I would be campaigning on. And I'll also provide as much opportunity for students to also get involved in these campaigns, to have schemes where we can actually take our voice, at least make sure our voices are heard, your voices are heard. And landlords who seek to exploit and degrade yourselves, or exploit students in general in the city, would be brought to account. And these are campaigns which I would be prioritizing on. Now, there's another thing which I would be doing, a big event, and that's RAG. Now, RAG stands for Raise and Give. It's basically a yearly event, or at least it's a weekly event, it's been a weekly event, where we would be raising students' unions, and it's a practice it's common across all students' unions across the country, where they raise funds, get involved in different fun activities throughout the year, and they raise funds for specific charities that they pick. Now this year, we chose a specific theme. At least I wanted to look at ways in which we could actually benefit for, you know, charities which deal with, you know, refugees. This, of course, you know, combines the whole essence of both local, national, and international. It can actually combine all those different categories together. But Raise and Give is an amazing opportunity for students to get involved, for volunteers to get involved, for all of you guys to get involved in different activities, fun activities, and at the same time raising money for a good cause. So, you know, I would urge every one of you, every single one of you, to get involved in this. Every one of you. And of course, I think that's about it, as far as I'm concerned. But yeah, Jimmy.
Thank you very much, Zach. So I'm going to briefly talk about democracy in the union. Our students' union is basically like a mini parliament almost. So everything we do is student-led, and it has people who are, you know, at the top. It's got constituents who actually feed the things into the team here to get things they want done. And it ranges from your course rep system, which Bush will talk on about, and also our union council. So I'll briefly give you a brief history about myself. I started as a society exec, so I became the vice president of one of the biggest societies on campus. After doing that, and I was elected for this as well. After doing that, I was elected to become a forum rep on the Student Union Council. And the Student Union Council is where students get together and actually bring issues that they're facing to the sabbatical team and actually get them tabled to be taken up to senior management. And I got elected to sit on that. Then I got selected in my final year to sit as chair of that council. So in doing so, I worked very closely with last year's executive team and this year's team as well, and actually managed the body of which, you know, we have students getting together. And then this year I got elected to be a sabbatical officer, which obviously I'm there now. You can go back, yeah. And this is all being elected, and this all helps my personal growth in Bradford. I learned a lot of skills in terms of leadership, working with different people, conflict resolution, you name it, I learned it all, being involved in democracy. And there's democracy involved in all areas, from students' unions to sports and societies, because I know they have elections for their execs as well, and it's quite a broad range. For you, if you want to get involved in democracy in the union, feel free to give me a shout. If you have anything you want to talk about, any issues which you want to bring and get tabled up and taken further up the ladder, we are the people to come to. But get involved in student union democracy, and that should be interesting for you. But my role is democracy and development, and that also focuses next on development of you guys as students. So I work very closely with the careers department to make sure, to ensure that we have adequate provisions for students who want to get placements, to try and ensure that we have a lot more people get involved in their future careers. Because I myself and a lot of my friends who have recently graduated have found that they've just graduated and they've forgotten, oh no, I've got to get a job now, and I've left it very last minute. And a lot of graduate schemes, you guys may know, start in October. So applications for jobs which start next May start in October. And that's the kind of, trying to push that out there for students to actually become more aware of the facilities, actually be aware of the kind of development we have for them. In our careers department, we also cater for people who want help with writing their CVs and also developing themselves as well, interview techniques to actually teach them how to actually have an interview and actually get through the interview as well. And I'm sure many of you will see the library, pretty big place as well. There actually are quite a few support services in there for you guys. And I think that's my bit as well. But also we have our learning and development unit, which recently changed to academic skills and advice. So that's for people who need help while they're studying as well. I'll give you an example of myself. I did economics as my undergrad, and I did not do maths for A-levels, and I was so bad at maths at school, I couldn't do it. And I had my first year maths for economists, and I had a resit. And in my second year, first semester, maths for economists, and I got about 25% in my first assessment. And I actually actively used these people. So I actually went to the skills and advice centre, and I managed to get a first in further maths for someone who's never done it before, and that's the kind of help that I got working with the academic skills department. So they are there to be used. Do not feel scared to ask for help, because that's what you're here for. And there's no point sitting down thinking, oh no, I can't do this, and then settling for a grade which is less than you deserve. So if you want to get involved in development of yourselves, feel free to contact me. I'm in the student union as well, as the rest of my SAB team, and will kindly point you all in the right directions. Thank you very much.
Is it working? Yeah, it is. Okay, my name is Samaya. I'm the Women's Officer. I work mainly on the empowerment of women on campus, trying to make sure that there's a representative for women, whether it's in university meetings, in union meetings, or generally on campus, and in the city as well. So one of the few things that I work on is safety on campus. So generally Bradford is a very safe city, as I'm sure you've already noticed. But we do have a few problems here and there with harassment and things like that. So I work on ensuring that things like the safe spot, which I think is up there. No, it's not. Okay. It should be up there. No. Okay. So we have things that are. We have businesses around campus, and they joined this group called the Safe Spot to make it a safe place for if students are. Say you're walking down the street and you feel a little bit uncomfortable, there are places that you can go and feel safe. So that's one of the things that I work on. But also trying to get women as involved in, you've heard about all the different parts of the union, democracy, sports and societies. It's my job to make sure that as many women are involved as possible, because we have absolutely brilliant women's football teams and things like that. So it'd be great to have as many women involved as possible. So a few of the different campaigns that we work on, we changed it. So the main campaigns that we work on are things that students feel passionate about. So if you come to us and say, I want a campaign on say Palestine, for example, you come to the Students' Union, you see what activities we have going on, and you get involved. We also have things like No More Page 3. How many of you have heard of Page 3 in newspapers? So last year, the Women's Officer last year, as well as the Women's Forum, launched a campaign to get rid of Page 3 from the university, because we didn't believe that that having Page 3 on campus was conducive to a good atmosphere, the exploitation of women and things like that. So if you feel passionate, if you feel strongly about things like that, that's how you get involved and you get things changed. We also support as many different campaigns around the country as possible. So whether students are getting suspended unfairly at other universities, we in Bradford take a stand and we send support. things like that. As part of my job, I support the part-time liberation officers. You heard a little bit about them before. So we have Black and Minority Ethnic Students Officer, we have LGBT Officer, we have Disabled Students Officer. So I work with those part-time officers who are studying at the same time as their officers to try and get them, to help them with their events, to help them with their forums. And that leads into the final thing I'm going to talk about, which is women's forums. It's my job to make sure that there is a safe place for women on campus to come and to either rant about things that are really, that are really affecting you, but also to kind of organise campaigns and also to get to have that support structure, because sometimes society isn't a very fair and equal place. So a place for you, a safe place for you to come. And then just in addition to that, you're all freshers. You'll all be coming to a brand new place. We hope that you're as safe as possible. So there are self-defense classes going on next week, Tuesday, 4 o'clock. In Student Central. How many of you have been to Student Central yet? A few? Well, we have the we have the Freshers Fair on Wednesday and Thursday, so I hope to see you all there and visit the women's stall. But that's where we'll have our self-defense classes both on Tuesday and Friday, so I hope to see you all there. Thank you.
It's me now. Hi guys, as Jimmy introduced me earlier, my name is Bushra Almari. I just graduated with a degree of pharmacy and I'm still here 5 years later. It's a long degree. You're studying pharmacy, aren't you? Anyone else pharmacy? Pharmacy is the coolest course. So I studied pharmacy and I graduated this summer and I deal with academic affairs in the Students' Union. So you've heard quite a lot from everyone. You've still got the main guy to speak about all the acts and cool stuff that's happening at Freshers, so I won't bore you for too long. But I deal with things like representation, I deal with anything that's to do with your academic issues when you're on campus. And I say issues, I don't mean problems, just things that are related with your academic time here. So that might be timetables, lectures, library provision, computers, books, all sorts of things. And if you've ever been at a school or A-level college, whatever, and you thought everything was perfect, and I don't know why you're here. But we've always got things that we can improve, which is why when Shelley spoke, she said that there are things that we can enhance to make the students' experience a lot better than what anyone can expect. So that's my job. As part of that, we have a representation system, which is every course that you might be enrolled on will have a representative. It's like when you were at school, you had the head boy or head girl. So it's similar like that, similar to that. So the course rep for each course is the person who conveys sort of issues and represents their team, their peers on their course, to the staff that run the modules and that run each course. And then they all get together for each school. So we've got 5 schools. Put your hand up if you're from the School of Management. No one from School of Management. Are you from Management today? Cool. School of Life Sciences we've got. Cool, excellent. School of Engineering and Informatics. Fantastic. Oh, you guys are beating us so far. Social International Studies. We've got Social International Studies and there's one more. Is there one more? School of Health. School of Health. I think they left us a little bit because they had a lecture to get to. So, those 5 schools, each one of those will have a group of school representatives that represent matters on a school level. So this is a really, really important part of your time here at university, because you want to get, as well as you being here to do all the sports and societies and fun stuff and living, you are actually here to get a degree. So everything that's to do with your degree, I'm the person to go to, and your school reps and your student reps are the people to go to. I'd really encourage you guys to consider running for course rep, because it's really, really rewarding and you'll get a lot out of it. It's brilliant for your CV if you're starting out as a new student who wants to get your CV up there. And it's really, really good for doing something special and really improve your student experience for all your peers. So that's me in a nutshell. And I'll hand back to Felix.
Good morning. I'm very tired, unfortunately. Last night, it was the beginning of Freshers Festival. So my name is Felix J. Prince Kankwamba, but most people call me Felix, or if you're my parent, call me Junior, but none of you are my parents, so which is good. So Freshers Festival has began, and we've had an incredible lineup. We've got DJ Fresh on Friday, beat Betamax tonight, DJ SKT featuring Lil Nicky, Hot Dog Time Machine, The La Fontaines, and then we've got comedy and a variety of acts. But we just don't only deal with Freshers Festival, we deal with a lot of other stuff. We do a lot of cool stuff called Party in the Amp. Party in the Amp is our year-long kind of celebration to say right at the end before we leave for summer that, you know, you've had a great time. Some of us might be leaving, some of us might be just going on to greater and better things, but we like to celebrate together. We've got this weekly event called F&D. F&D is our weekly club night. We do that every Friday and it's getting bigger and better. But also what we like to do in Bradford is that we like to get you guys involved. So we have many sports and societies, but one of the societies we have is called Virac, so they are the theatrical people. So this is why I'm so exuberant at 9:40 in the morning. I don't know why, because I'm still tired, but you know, that's where we go. We've also got the media areas, so if you can, everyone wave at Dan. Can everyone wave at yeah. So Dan is part of our media areas, so our media areas are BSP, which is Bradford Student Production. We've got our cinema, we've got Ramen, which is the oldest student radio station in the whole country. We've also got what else have we got there? A newspaper, which is out today. But then also is that if you're not into your raving, if you're not into your club nights, we have this great theatre on campus, which is quite well known in the UK for actually kind of unearthing new talent. I used to work there, so I'm not just plugging it because I like to get free tickets from there. It's a great place to go, so I really implore you to try and get involved in all of this, you know. Your time at university is not just about, you know, learning, it's about socialising. That social aspect allows you to meet different people from all over the world. I've been in Bradford for 5 years, this is my 5th year in Bradford, and the first time I ever came to a lecture, I was sitting where that gentleman is sitting right there, and here I am, so maybe in 5 years, you might be here. So that's me, I'm Felix J. Prince. If you ever need to see me, find me around, but also, as Bushra has just told me, we also do trips to many different places. We go to, let's say, we went to Belgium last year, went to Paris, and we also just do trips around nationally and to little unique places around West Yorkshire and around the country, and that is from me.
Thank you very much for listening. I'll briefly tell you what's coming next. So we have our Freshers Fair, which is at the School of Management. So those of you actually studying the School of Management, there's a Freshers Fair where all the sports and societies, or most of them, will be there to try and get you to join their clubs, and also other people like other external charities and fundraising groups will be there to also actually get you involved with them. There's also the main Freshers Fair, which is on Wednesday and Thursday, but the main day is the Wednesday. That's the biggest and busiest one. You will be bombarded by loads of students trying to tell you why their sports club, their society, or their group of students is the place to be. So get involved in that. And finally, be part of Team Bradford. Now we've got this great thing called Team Bradford, which is kind of a partnership and kind of ethos which is kind of developed amongst us as a students' union, and the university has kindly latched on and taken it as well. And it's kind of, you know, when you get to Bradford, get used to the fact that we are now one group of students or one team, and in everything we do in Bradford, it's the kind of thing we like to kind of get across to you guys that we're all working together. It's a team effort. We're all here for each other. We're all here to help you out. That's why we're here, part of Team Bradford, because we want to help you guys out as students and maximise your student experience. But that is it from us. But I'll let you guys ask any questions. Anybody got any questions that they'd like us to answer? It can be wild as possible, anything you want. Go on.
From the Freshers Fair, do you just immediately sign up there, or do you have to go to some place? Oh, sorry. I thought I was loud.
Do you have to go to a certain place after the Freshers Fair to sign up for societies and clubs, or do you just do it on the spot?
So, Sam, I'll let him answer that properly.
Yeah, so the Freshers Fair, there will be sports and societies. So for societies, you can sign up there and then. They'll have their membership forms. It's minimum £3 for the majority of the societies, but some are small. But you can sign up there and then they'll give you a form. You just go to the reception, which will be in Student Central, the UBU reception. Where you can just pay up there and then. You don't have to do it straight away, but the sooner you do it, the sooner you can take part. Sports is different. You have to buy the sports membership from Unique Gym, as I said, so £90 for off-peak, £140 for peak, and that includes every single club, which is unique to Bradford. Every other university, you pay per club you join, so it accumulates quite a lot if you're quite active. Explain, can I get across?
Yeah. Just one other thing. Off-peak. Oh, goodness. Off-peak.
How exactly?
What's the difference?
Yeah.
So peak is obviously you get access for the whole day. There's no time when you can't go in. Off peak you can't go in between the hours of
12 and 1.
12 and 1
And 5 and 7.
5 and 7 in the evening. So that's the only kind of difference. There's a few classes which are only available to the peak memberships in box size. There's a few differences, but it's far more valuable to get the peak.
Will there be any sort of
organisation, like by genre, I suppose is the word, in the Freshers' Fair, or will it just be scattered all over the place? Like there won't be like one place for sport things and one place for...
No, it's literally, it'll be a complete mixture on all 3 levels, so it'll be a mixture of sports societies, external companies, the charities and the university services. But once you enter Student Central, you'll be given a map which kind of shows where every stall is and where everyone's based, but it's a complete mixture. We used to do society, sports, university, but we thought, let's just chuck it all in and make every area exciting. So.
Sorry.
I don't know if this has been said earlier, but what's on tonight?
Sorry, I haven't really slept. So tonight we've got Enigma with the Betamax, which is a video DJ, and we also got 3 other DJs. Tonight will be £10, and it will begin from 11 o'clock to around about 4 o'clock. And then I just might as well tell you the rest of the week. Tuesday we've got Hot Dog Time Machine, which is our flashback 80s party. Wednesday we've got our crawl. Thursday we've got UV Blackout. And then Friday we've got the main man himself, DJ Fresh, who's going to be performing live in Bradford. So that kind of tells you all of it. Also we've got a frat party which is happening tomorrow by our sports clubs, all our American sports clubs, which are lacrosse, American football and cheerleading. So that is a free event, so make sure you go there. We're doing a very special offer. You guys are the first people to kind of know about this exclusive deal. So we've knocked off yesterday's price, and all the wristbands will be £50 for the rest of the week. So hopefully you get your wristbands, and I'll hopefully see you at all the events.
This won't apply to a lot of people here. Sorry, but am I on? Will I meet the officers for mature students, postgrads and students with dependents at the fair, or
okay,
is there a way of...
What are you studying, sorry?
I'm doing an MSc Human Osteology and Paleopathology.
Okay, dokes. So our 9 sabbatical part-time officers, including the mature students officer, postgraduate student officer, they get elected in the October period and then again in the March period. The mature students officer and the postgraduate student officer positions are currently vacant. So if you're interested, you can always fill those positions. But in the meantime, I'm the person to go to for anything mature students or postgraduate students related. So I will be around at the fair, and so will all of these guys and the part-time officers. So if anyone does want to meet the disabled students officer, the LGBT student officer, which is the lesbian, gay, bisexual and transsexual students officer, and if anyone wants to meet any of the sort of sports societies executive, you can all meet them then. And if you've got any questions, any one of us will be able to just help you, hopefully. So come down to the fair.
Thank you.
I saw that tonight there was a trip to IKEA. Is that for anyone, or was it just for international students? And where does it go from?
Where does the IKEA trip go from?
Come down to Student Central.
Yeah, what part of Student?
Yeah, just down to the Student Union reception, so it's in the middle of the floor. So you go down the stair. So if you go down the staircase, it's just on the left in the corner, under a big Team Bradford sign. So go to Student Union, and they'll have all the times to all the trips. But it's not just, it's open to...
Yeah, I know it's 6 o'clock, but I just don't know where you go to get on the bus or whatever you're going by.
I believe it'll be down the Students' Union, but we'll post it on all the sites as well.
Okay, we'll go on up there.
IKEA is a fantastic place to go now before you get all your room sorted and everything.
Yes, I was just wondering if there's a music society, and if so, like, is there storage and rehearsal space, and is it charge?
Yeah, we have the rather catchy named BUMS, Bradford University Music Society, and yeah, they're very active. They rehearse in the Tamsin Little Music Centre, which is just on campus, not far from here actually. But they have storage, they have rehearsal space, so if you catch, they'll be at Freshers' Fair, so if you go down and catch them on Wednesday or Thursday, they'll be there. But also, all of you, have you all enrolled, or are you yet to enrol? So when you do enrol, you'll be given one of these bags, one of our Team Bradford bags, and inside there'll be 3 booklets, 2 of which are the sports booklet and societies booklet. They'll have everyone in there, including their main contacts. If you want to get in touch with them beforehand, just look at the booklets. It also has the social media links, so you can contact them on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, what have you. So, is that cool?
Great, thank you for. So we've run out of time. So on behalf of the student executive team, we'd like to say good luck, work hard, play harder, and enjoy your time at Bradford University. Many of you are here for, I know, from as little as a year to 3 to 4 to 5 years, so make sure you get involved and make sure you make the most of your experience here. If you do see us, a lot of us will look dazed and no idea what we're doing, but do hit us if you want to talk to us. Do come and talk to us. And if we walk straight past you, just literally knock us on the shoulder and say, look, I saw you at Welcome Talks, can you help me with something? Because we see quite a few students, but we are here primarily for you guys. That's why we got elected, because we want to work with you guys. So enjoy the rest of your time in Bradford. I wish you all the best of luck, and I look forward to seeing you all very soon. Take care.